What's up guys, welcome back to a new Kengan Omega chapter review. Today we have chapter 89. As a whole, this chapter had the start of the fight between Kanagito, a lot of interesting stuff revealed regarding Worm the Tiger Vessel, and also the mention of a Tokita Nico this chapter. Absolute hype. Can't wait to discuss everything about it. Hope you enjoyed today's review. If you haven't already, subscribe, join the Discord, and let's go. The title of the chapter is An Envoy from Hell, and a couple days ago I uploaded a video going over my predictions between the fight of Kanagito and Tian, going over how I thought the fight would go, and this chapter kinda ruined my predictions somewhat or went against what I said. But if you still want to see what I said, check out that video. But yep, onto the video. First page, we got Kanagito walking out like an absolute Chad. Always love to see the extra large walkouts for the fighters, making them look a lot bigger than what they actually are, but always great to see. Here he comes, it's Igito, absolute Chad. We get some dialogue between the two characters with the crowds in the background screaming out Fang Fang Fang. We get the official height and weight with Kanagito 201 centimeters and 130 kilograms, and then Tian 203 centimeters, slightly taller, and also 130 kilograms. So same weight and extra thick chunky boys. We have Kanagito saying the following: "You're going to regret that you chose me." Tian's response: "You're the one who's going to regret this. You're just the king of a small island, and I'm going to show you how big the world is." So yeah, pretty good response. We get to see Yamashita's dialogue talking about how the fight will go. Does Kanagito have some kind of grudge against the three demon fists? Questioning that. Koga's asking about the fist. And then Oma mentioned something interesting. You mean the people you were talking about on the plane? So yeah, Yamashita seems to have a lot of knowledge of these demon fists, so that's pretty interesting to see. He talks about them some more. Yes, they're the top 3 Chinese martial artists in Purgatory's roster. One of them is the man you just had a run-in with, Tian, also known as the Serpent. He's the most veteran of the 3 demon fists, so it seems that he's been part of the 3 demon fists for the longest time compared to the other 2. And then there's the Toad, Fei Wang. He's a master of Ren Clan Tai Chi, just talking about where he's from and his fighting style, and that he joined Purgatory 2 years ago and defeated one of the previous 3 demon fists to take his title. So that's how the 3 demon fists work. People can challenge them to take their title, with Lu Dongchen being able to, hold his title for the longest out of the 3 members. And then finally, the centipede, Tian. Koga and Ruki met him when they visited Purgatory, as shown here with Monkey Boy and Nicholas as well, when Monkey Boy had that dog punch on Koga and everything regarding that. He's a martial artist from Hong Kong, where he's a local celebrity. His style is called the Wu Wang Fist. They say he's the most powerful of the 3 demon fists, so that's pretty much disregarding Lu Dongchen and Fei Wang Wang. Fei Wang Wang, what a name. So they will most likely fight lower end fighters from Team Kengan. They won't be fighting the likes of like Oma or Wakasuki. So probably the mid-tier fighters, those 2 will be fighting, with the statement of Tian being the strongest. He's got something in his hand. It looks like a ring of some kind. Got a funny joke of Oma, but I guess they're not just fashion buddies. So yeah, great stuff from Oma there. Be careful, Kano. This guy's no pushover. Kanagito's getting ready to fight and starts off the fight by entering formless. Love to see it. We get a page of commentation from Sayaka and Jerry Tyson, the almighty god, talking about how if Agito loses because he's the boss of Team Kengan, there's going to be a lot of morale issues and everything regarding that. So Kanagito really needs to win this, keep Team Kengan in the game. The referee starts the fight. Kanagito instantly charged him fast as fuck. We got Sashi saying he's quick, so he's impressed by Kanagito here. We got Tian barely being able to dodge his grapple or whatever Kanagito went for off the start. Went for like a low charge tackle thing. Straight away go for a kick and more blows, continues to go for more blows. Tian being able to dodge most of them, nothing really hitting. We got Okubo hyping up Kanagito as always. We see that Kanagito slightly getting the advantage here, being able to land pretty powerful kicks and going for more tackles on him, being able to push him back. We got Koga saying this is totally one-sided. Kanagito is rolling Tian so far. And we got Yamashita talking about Tian's fighting style, the Wu Wang Fist, that it's a lethal assassination fist. So it's focused on killing blows, but has a long wind-up. And Kanagito, as the adaptable person he is, probably had prior knowledge of his technique, as we learn about their connection later. That means Kanagito was prepared for this. He knew exactly what to do to counter his fighting style. And Tian tries to grab Kanagito's punch, but right after that, a big kick comes in, and Tian gets knocked to the ground. We get to see some of the reactions from Team Purgatory. We got Tarashi saying the following: "You can't even use Wu Wang's fist. He's moves are being blocked before he can even launch them. That's impressive. And we got the King of Purgatory, Lo Long. They don't call you the King of Kengan matches for nothing. So Lo Long's impressed. That's how you know Kanagito, of course, is an absolute beast. We've got people saying Kanagito is as strong as ever, of course. So Kanagito is nowhere near, you know, being out of his touch with fighting. And we got the commentators also saying this, which is pretty interesting regarding Lu Tian. He's completely shut out Lu Tian, one of the mainstays of Purgatory. So that this proves more that Lu Tian is a top fighter from Purgatory. And of course, he'll need to beat to fight Kanagito. We got some Team Kengan reactions and some people part of Kengan in the crowd, such as, you know, Novel Dude saying Kanagito's improved yet again. As we know, prior to the Kengan Ashura Annihilation tournament, Novel Dude was defeated by Kanagito and went into rehabilitation due to the fight, but actually did quite well against him. Not as good as people like Galag did, but still did pretty well. We got Adam and Cosmo saying the following: nice going, Kano, you're so strong. We got Kokoro, who gets to see Kanagito fight for the first time, as we know, a new generation Kengan fighter. So that's the Fang Metsudo being shocked by how powerful he truly is. And then Kanagito, you know, talking to Lu Tian. Some very interesting stuff from here on out. How long are you going to keep playing your part? Use it. Use his techniques. Use the formless stance. And then right after that, Lu Tian opens his mouth and we see on his tongue the worm tattoo. You've got it all wrong. Yamashita getting absolutely stunned. You're nothing like me, Kanagito. You're just a prototype. But I inherited everything from Tokita Nico. So huge reveals here. So Lu Tian is a worm member like Naden was, but I'm doubting they had any idea that either of them were worm members. We got him calling Kanagito a prototype, and he's actually has the ability to use the former style as well, and that he inherited everything from Tokita Nico. If you remember back in Kanganusha when Oma was fighting Kuroki, I believe, we got Kanagito dialogue during that fight saying that Tokita Oma's Nico style is different to the one he knows. We already know Kanagito can use the indestructible, but we also know that some point, I'm guessing it was during the Ju ritual or maybe prior to that, Kanagito was trained or had a fight with someone or with one of the Nikos, and I'm guessing Lu Tian was also part of that very same training, and maybe the formless style is part of the Nico style. Maybe Kanagito was trained by Worm or something like that. Maybe one of the Tokita Nikos that survived was part of Worm, maybe founded Worm, maybe a high class member. I have no idea about that, but one of the Nikos seemed to have survived, not just the Nico who pretty much had given Oma the possessing spirit, unless that's the same Nico who trained these two, I'm guessing, not the one who trained Oma. So yep, more Nikos survived, maybe was corrupted by Worm, maybe was part of Worm the whole time. That's why Go Mikaku wants Ruki to kill the worms due to what happened with all the other Nikos and everything regarding that. But yep, another character can use the former style and he's also a Worm member. And then we got the final page of this chapter. So we got Team Kengan absolutely freaking out that he's another Worm part of Purgatory. We've got Nicholas talking about how that's the same worm tattoo as Naden. Talk about bad taste. Love to, you know, see Nicholas dialogue. We think so too, right? Talking to Alan Wu, you know, Alan Wu telling him to shut up or I'll kill you. Love to see the Kuro/Wu clan having similar personalities. And then we got inner monologue from Alan Wu, which is pretty interesting as well. Did he say Tokita Nico? Does that mean that he's the tiger vessel the worms keep talking about? So Alan Wu seems to have knowledge about the tiger vessel, probably from Edward Wu. As we know, Edward Wu is part of Worm, or at least hired by Worm for something, not 100% sure on that, and does know who the tiger vessel is. So Alan Wu has knowledge of the tiger vessel, but doesn't know who it is, and is guessing maybe Lu Tian is the tiger vessel. But me personally, I don't think he is. Hear me out. He's part of Worm here, so that's already one criteria, but due to having all this past with Kanagito, I don't think he's the tiger vessel, and I don't think Alan Wu would question that he's the tiger vessel, in turn revealing it kinda. At this point, I do think someone else part of Team Purgatory is still the tiger vessel, and I think Lu Tian is just another Worm member. That's my, you know, take on that. Let me know your thoughts of that down in the comments. And then the last, you know, little page or part of the panel is Kanagito saying the following: I'm a prototype, that's a funny joke. Time for me to snap you back to reality, some Eminem verse greatness. And yep, that's the end of the chapter, absolute hype. Big reveals regarding Kanagito's past, him possibly getting trained by Takia Nico. That's why he mentioned in Ashra having knowledge of a different Nico style or a similar Nico style, but not the one that Oma was using. Everything regarding that, Lu Tian calling in the prototype, maybe Lu Tian was created by Worm, maybe Kanagito was the first experiment that kind of failed, or they lost track of him due to Metsudo finding him or something like that. I have no idea. But yeah, I do think Kanagito is still going to win this fight, but more to be learned. I don't think Lu Tian is the Tiger Vessel, even with Alan Wu saying the following. But yep, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And yep, that's it guys. Peace.